Right guys, okay, today we're going to talk about something that's been going on for a few years, a bit of research, but Andy Ewens has give me a load of new information on it. But what I want to do is we'll give you a quick overview of what I want to say in the video. So basically, there should be a little note on the screen saying thank you to Eric, and I'm going to talk about the donation Eric gave me and what I've been using it for at the end of the video, otherwise people get bored. So Eric, if you're there, stay on, and if everybody else is interested, stay on. But and of course this video is a big thank you to Andrew Ewens, who's a Nato Review student number 50. He works in the scientific community and he works with basically the police and people like that, and he's done a load of research for me. I'm not going to give you all the research here because it'll come out in a book one day, but the basic bit is we're going to discuss where the third coup de grace is. So what am I talking about, right? So if you've been with my channel for a long time, you'll remember this. If not, we've been on a long search for the third coup de grace of the samurai, the Lost Samurai Cut. So we're in the Book of Samurai, book 1. If you go to page 108, it talks about the three coup de grace. A coup de grace is basically somebody's wounded, they're down, they've had enough, that's it, the end. You slit their throat and, you don't, basically let them just die in pain. So samurai to samurai used to absolutely do a coup de grace. They're like, okay, I'll let you die before I cut your head off. Because a lot of the times, people used to just have their heads cut off while they were alive, which you've still seen in the Middle East today. So it must be a horrible way to die. So the idea is you let them drain out first, and then you cut the head off so they don't have to go through the torturous pain of being decapitated alive with a small knife. Right, the first is the windpipe, or around this area. No problem. Yep, in you go, cut it out. Person dies. We're all okay with that. The second is the solar plexus, or around the heart. So basically into the heart. Dead, you're okay. The third is the problem. It just says behind leg, and we've translated this to the lower leg because it's around the lower leg somewhere, or it's basically the lower part of your body. You get the top part, the middle part, the lower part, okay? And the kanji is in there. So the story so far is that most people say that there are 3 ways to do the coup de grace in the Koryu community today. They are, again, yes, 1, 2, but then there's the ankle. Now, I don't think it's the ankle. I never have thought of the ankle, but I've tried to find a way that it could be the ankle. Now, I did find in an old book, which I've got in there somewhere, but I don't want to dig through all my books. Basically, there's an old book on collection of arms and armor from the West, from all over the world, but it's compiled by a really good authority in the 1950s or something on arms and armor. And for the hairpin, the kogai type thing for the Japanese, there is a quote that says tradition in like late 1800s Japan was that when somebody died, you killed someone, you put the peg in their ankle to show who'd done revenge, and there's ideas that it might be a spiritual killing. I had an argument with some guy, I don't know why he argued, but it's like, you're an idiot. I was like, okay, I'm just discussing history. He was like, everybody knows this, it's spiritual death. And it's like, no, the book clearly says coup de grace. You don't spiritually kill someone before you rip their head off. You literally are stopping them from going through massive amounts of pain. So my theory is, personally, because the kanji here is sort of behind the leg, it's difficult because of the standard Japanese today, and then there's the context, and then there's how it's used in the past. Then is it a medical term from the past? Is it a medical term from the area in the past? It gets really complicated. So you see that a literal translation, a translation of a medical term, we're not quite sure. I've looked and looked and looked, and I still can't really find a good answer for it. But my personal opinion is that it's under the femoral artery. So you've got the jugular here, you've got the brachial here, and then you've got the femoral underneath the leg. And I think it's literally slice the leg, everything goes out. But it does imply sort of behind. So you're questioning whether it's the inside of the legs is behind, or whether it's the back of the knee. And I've asked Andrew Ewens, Nato Review student number 50, to look into this. And he's gone through loads of research, and by now there should be images on the screen, or there will have been images on the screen. And he has said the best place to do this behind the sort of leg is probably behind the knee. Now, I'm not going to try and pronounce the Latin words here, but there's arteries and there's veins there. Again, they're in the pictures. And he says most likely you could kill someone through cutting these. Now, does anybody else have anything to add to that? As I say, thank you very much, Andy. He's given me a massive big email to read through. I've got it all, and it will go into a book in the end when we discuss this, but got a million bucks to go. But basically, it's been brilliant that he's doing this research at the side for me. So the choices are, so far we've got 1, 2 are fine. 1, 2, no problem. 3 is it's either the femoral artery or these arteries and veins are on the back of the knee. And I am discounting the fact that it's probably at the ankle because I've never found anywhere where you can actually bleed out in the ankle. And I actually went into this with doctors and people were just unsure, or could you not bleed out at the ankle? And I got mixed results, but according to Andy's research, you can bleed out by being a good laceration at the back of the knee and off it goes. But I am still betting on the femoral artery, but still it says behind. Do you know what I mean? You're like under, behind. It's how are these things translated? They're close. Leg behind, leg under, leg, you know, it's not the sole of the foot is what I think. But I've gone through sole of the foot, I've gone through the ankle, I've gone through now the knee, and we've been through, of course, the femoral artery is one that I think is just obvious because like that's it, but it might not be the right place. So we're still looking out for that term in Japanese, in Wakayama, in the 1600s, possibly in a medical place. So I would need some serious time and a little spondulix to be in Japan looking for that, because you'd literally have to get someone for the day, do the trains to all the libraries, go for all the places where they do all the decent manuals in that area, look through the medical manuals in the local libraries and start to find them. It would be a bit of a trek and a nightmare, to be honest, to answer this question. Hopefully I will do one day, but I no longer live in Japan, I live in the UK, which makes it much more difficult to go and do these things. Whereas I used to live in Japan and you pop off and do it. I lived in Wakayama for a few months, I could have gone in there and done it, but you just got a million things to do while you're in Japan. Right, I want to say thank you to Eric as well. Eric is one of the people, I think I was told it was pronounced Eric and it was a German way of saying it, but Mr. Nolte. And but either way, he has donated to this channel. But like last time, I bought the microphone, which you should all be happy of now. It's not coming into screen. Yep, there we are. So hopefully the mic is working and we're on. But I've spent his money on a part of the Audible account. So I have an Audible account and I get the full lot, the full whack, 24 credits, everything, as much as possible. I take 1/3 of it out of Natoryu donations, I take 1/3 of it out of the Anthony Cummins donations, and I pay 1/3 of it out of my own pocket because I have novels and things on there, like, you know, things to listen to. But I also do research. So at the minute there should be something on the side of the screen which shows what I'm listening to at the minute. We're on Japanese history. I've got tons. I've got Asian steppe history, I've got Japanese history, I've got Chinese history, I've got world history, everything to fix samurai in that external section, you know, that external world view, and to make sure I'm not missing anything. So I've got histories of Buddhism, histories of Zen, histories of bloody Asian thinking, and I'm sitting there listening to all top professors going through. So hopefully I don't make mistakes for you guys on the YouTube channel and in my book. There you go, guys. I hope you enjoy it. We seem to have a massive crash in views at the minute, so we come back from Christmas and not everybody's back into Ninja Research. I'm not sure why. And one message I always get is, Anthony, you should have more views. I totally agree. This channel has loads of amazing information. I've not seen another channel with the same level of samurai, you know, obviously there's samurai history out there, some great people like the shogunate and all them, but what I'm saying is people, the history right down to the nitty-gritty of kanji, to where you slice people, to where you do this castle construction and, you know, esoteric samurai stuff. It just seems to not be of interest to people, I think. But I'm going to keep going, guys, because I know you guys enjoy it. So, you know, I'll keep going as long as I can keep doing this work. Because now, because of donations, I've got an iPad. And because of donations, I've got a microphone, which means it takes me a couple of minutes to set up. I nearly ended YouTube a few years ago because I had to do it on my computer. You know, get all the lights out, set all the stuff up, transfer it all, upload, render, download. It was just too. I nearly gave it up. But because of donations, so please do think about donating next year, I've been able to continue. So thank you very much, people. And I'll see you soon.